This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
All right, guys, it's that time to get step in the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travesty.
And I am the Faction Slayer, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
Nubby, I was all excited for you to come on this show and for you to announce yourself as the new ARWPro Tag Team Champion. Apparently, that did not happen.
Yeah. And you might be conflicted on a situation involving that.
Well, we're definitely going to talk about that because ARWPro did happen this past weekend. We actually had one of the biggest indie wrestling weekends we had, I think, for 2025, at least. I know there's weekends like this that happened last year, but because of the lesser amount of shows that we covered, we didn't know it. But one of the biggest weekends of wrestling that happened this past weekend. We are going to cover ARWPro Wrestling. That's how we're going to kick off the show and everything. We're going to run through what we do have as far as recaps and highlights from this past weekend. And then, of course, coming up this weekend, we have ARW and, once again, Frontline Pro Wrestling.
Man, they are just throwing shows out there left and right. Good for them, though.
Oh, 100%. And the fact that I don't know, I think it was Steve that posted it, that they're one of the few companies, at least that I know of, that has their own billboard and advertisement and everything. So, I mean, that kind of shows you how important independent wrestling is to the Midwest. Also, NWA Chicago is this coming weekend as well. Kicks off on Friday. So we're going to dive into all that. And I think what we should probably start out with now is ARWPro Wrestling, because I wasn't there, but I heard of a lot of things that happened Saturday night. There were some other shows that happened on Friday, and we'll get to those and what we know of them as well. I mentioned to you guys last week, and I'll mention to you now, if you are a promoter of a company we talk about, or even if you're a promoter of a company that we don't talk about, if you want the information about your company out there for us to promote, for us to talk about, send us the information and let us know. We like to work with you guys and collaborate with you guys and make sure that the content that you're trying to put out there to the Midwest, we are able to help get out there to everyone as well. So there are a couple of shows that did happen the past weekend we don't have results for. But that's because, obviously, Nubby and I can't be in multiple places at once. And if it's not posted, we can't talk about it. So we will talk about what we can find on social media for you guys. And, of course, every show that we do talk about does have a Facebook page that you can follow. And, obviously, the name of the company is the name of the Facebook page. So make sure you're following all the companies that we're talking about. That way you know when the next show's coming up or what's going on yourself. So W, let's start with ARWPro Wrestling, Shamrock Showdown. I saw a couple things from the Lovely Intoxicated blog or vlog. I saw a couple live videos from Pac's mother. But break it down for me. You were there. You saw it all. What happened at ARWPro Shamrock Showdown this past Saturday?
All right. So, yeah, ARWPro had Shamrock Showdown this past weekend, and what a show it was. And, you know, considering there was a PLE, we still had a great crowd, a lot of people standing. They were loud as usual. So shout out to the ARWPro Nation or Galaxy for coming out, supporting us as usual, supporting me, you know, because I'm important and all that stuff. But
Well,
nonetheless,
Nubby gets pops.
oh yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. Some people still don't get it, but that's fine.
Yeah, but
They
you know
don't need
what?
to.
As long as I can continue to say it and it bugs the people who don't like it, that's the best part about it.
Yeah.
Where people are like, I don't get it. It's like, well, that was a C Red impersonation, even though C Red's dead. I guess it's Mr. Young now.
There's different. Like Mr. Young is here. C Red is still here. It's a sticky situation.
Well, to quote one of my former heroes in this business, that don't work for me, brother.
I'll say that Mr. Young is an asshole. Oh man, that was rough.
Yeah, not a great beer. Not a great beer either.
No.
No. It's
and the idiot they aligned himself with. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I mean that guy alone aligns himself with idiots too. So a bunch of idiots just coming together.
Just a bunch of idiots being idiots, man.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of beer drinking
Pro.
idiots, shout out to the fan groups out there to Rock and Pro Wrestling. So what happened there, Nubbies?
All right. So we had the pre-show, right? Now normally it would be me, PX, and Gabagool on commentary for the pre-shows because it's IPW showcases. Well, I kind of had to scramble around a little bit because Gabagool was on the main show once again. He took the place of Shelly, who had to work the door. And then I had to scramble for a third, and I found a very special one. I didn't think he'd say yes, but he did, and it was fun time. I got Rion Skills, and yeah, that was fun.
I think the liaison of IPW commentating IPW, solid choice. Absolutely.
And,
So it was you, Rion, and Pax?
no, actually, Pax was not there, so I kind of stumbled over a little bit of my thing here. I actually had to scramble for another person.
So you Pac-Man, your Pac-Man, your statement about Pac-Man.
Yes, I did.
What an inception.
It's like I Pac-Maned it because Pac-Man was involved. So whenever Pac-Man's involved, you get the Pac-Man is Pac-Man.
100% makes sense,
yeah. So I scrambled and got another LAM member in there, in Dizzle J. So imagine that conversation.
So where the commentary table consists of Rion Skills, the Amazing Turtle, and Dizzle J.
Yes.
Okay, I can dig it. I think there's some decent audibles to the originals, and like I said, I mean to have Rion talk about IPW, I think is a perfect fit.
It made sense.
Yeah, Dizzle J being a fanboy, I mean that's logical as well.
Yeah, but he sounds intelligent at times.
And that's typically what matters. I mean, that's why they got Blackburn there. Like, dude doesn't know what he's saying. He just articulates well.
Plus, I needed somebody with hair.
And
Dizzle J fit that. So, yeah. So, the match originally was supposed to be for the IPW League Championship, as it was supposed to be Gustavo against IPW League Champion Jay Thunder. However, Jay Thunder had some car troubles and could not make the match. Now, I'm very suspicious about it because when Gustavo came out, he ran down Jay Thunder like he knew what happened.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Chris Hedford, trying to make the other guy look bad by sabotaging him a little bit.
No, and it makes sense. Hedford sucks.
Like a plan of some sort, all part of his plan. So, in Jay Thunder's place was none other than Joseph Von Jaeger. Now, we had a little technical difficulties due to the last minute thing with Von Jaeger, and we could not get his music to come through the system. So, thanks to Rion's skills on commentary, he did the theme song. And Michael Allen saw him do it, so he did it on the mic. So it was like Ultimate Warrior off a wish list, if you will. That's what it sounded like.
I mean, they could just subbed in any David Hasselhoff song and it would work just as well.
Yeah. But the match starts and Von Jaeger did get the win. Looked like Gustavo kind of injured his shoulder, so he could not really capitalize on anything, and Von Jaeger took advantage and won.
Well, you also got, I mean, like from my opinion, maybe Gustavo has something to do with the fact that Jay Thunder couldn't be there to defend his title. But we also got to keep in mind is that the former league champion was also in attendance in that building. The guy that Jay Thunder took the title off of. So if there was anybody preventing Jay Thunder to defend that title against anyone but themselves, I would put Damian Gray at the top of the suspect list.
In fact, you know what? He just made the list.
You just made the list.
You stupid idiot.
That's right.
So, that was the showcase for IPW supposed league championship match that did not happen. Poor Jay Thunder.
Does it open an opportunity, though, for a Von Jaeger versus Jay Thunder league championship?
I would say yes. I think that would be the fair thing. And I believe I did say something to Rion, and he actually agreed. And I think he may talk to the board of IPW.
I think it's awesome because once IPW does come back, not if, will, I would love to see Jay Thunder, who is tremendous talent. I'd love to see him step in that ring and defend that title against the likes of Von Jaeger or even, if Gustavo wants to get that opportunity, give him a shot.
I mean, I feel like Gustavo did lose his chance. That's just me.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of his reprisal people there, so I believe that's the group name. Yeah.
They're probably too busy out sabotaging the car of Jay Thunder.
That could be true. The plot thickens.
Huge plot. Thick plot.
Thick. All right. Speaking of thick, we get into the main show and first match we are going to talk about. It was the tag team title match that I was involved in.
Now, are we talking about this because it's your match or this is the show opener?
This is the show opener.
Okay. Sounds pretty good. A lot of people want to brag about the main event and the semi-main and everything, but we're kicking off the show with fucking free pizza and beer. I saw you handing out pizzas and shit. And fuck Tom and Steve for making fun of the fact that you didn't share that pizza. That's all what you did.
Yeah, I did share that pizza.
Steve telling me that I'm passed around like a piece of pizza or some shit. What the hell's wrong with him?
Well, we know what's wrong with Steve, but that's a whole nother story.
Hell yeah. Gotta get his shit in.
Always gotta get his shit in.
Do you know where the pizza was from?
Pizza Ranch of Shorewood.
There we go.
And I actually did talk to the owner during intermission. He loves me. So
awesome. Is he going to snatch you up like that one weirdo did in Woody on Toy Story 2?
I don't think it'll be that far. I think I'm good. I'm safe.
Gotcha. Well, if you ever go missing, I know where to start at least. You said Pizza Barn?
No, Pizza Ranch.
Pizza Ranch. Okay, Pizza Barn is Toy Story. Awesome. And Pizza Ranch is there in Shorewood?
Yeah.
Clutch. Beer being passed out as well. Did Danger do his part?
Danger did his part.
Yeah, let's talk about the intro. Let's talk about because this is the first official pizza and beer intro, man. You guys coming out together, being announced as pizza and beer, handing out pizza and beer and shit like that. This is a proud moment. The thing that you started out, the official show of Shamrock Showdown as a new tag team. What was the theme song? What did you guys come out to?
Pizza and beer.
Oh, you got your own theme song.
Well, I wouldn't say it's our own, but there's a song called.
Yeah, tag team song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer titties and beer, but I get it. Church and all that.
Hey,
But,
totally different gimmick there.
right. Either way, something's going in your mouth. I mean, just saying, fuck it, right?
There we go.
But awesome. No, it's awesome that pizza was provided by a local pizza place. That's awesome promotion, not only for the company but for the pizza place. And it's just a nice little gift to give out to the crowd. Some people may call it pandering. I say, why the hell not? John Cena could throw his shirt out to people, and Bret Hart could give people sunglasses, and Rey Mysterio could he used to give people additional masks and stuff like that. Why not you being able to hand out fucking pizza to people? Good
You
on
can't
you.
really. To me, it's not pandering or even kissing
No,
ass.
some people will see it that way. I don't think it is.
Yeah, think about it. Before all this happened, I was still getting pops.
Oh, 100%.
This is just me giving back.
Giving you absolutely, yeah. This is like tithing for you. Again, church. You guys are handing out maybe not so much the blood and body of Christ, but his brother Craig.
Hey,
who knows?
Pizza is like heaven. Okay.
Certain pizzas are, yeah. I'm sure the pizza you provided was incredible pizza.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, I'll take a pizza like that over a pizza like like a Domino's or like some like a quick thrown together out the door kind of hell no, like no, that's solid. But I mean, I'm just saying, people gotta appreciate that shit, man. I mean, you didn't have to give people pizza, but you did because you want to show them what they've been missing, which is obviously a turtle handing out pizza.
That's right. I mean, I could just ran around, shook hands, got in the ring and ready to fight, but no, I gave back to the people that have been supporting me. Those 500 plus people who actually cheer for me, I get over. I must be doing something right.
Yeah. So. Nobody gets pops, bro.
Yeah. Now, I didn't have 500 plus slices to give out.
No.
But I wish.
Yeah, well, most pizza got what, like anywhere from 8 to 12 slices on them, depending on how you cut them, shit. So yeah. You did your part.
I did.
Yeah. I already gave it out to the commentary team and everything, which was admirable too. Yeah, so no good. No, you did awesome. And obviously, yes. So you open up the show. You came out, pizza and beer, debuting the tag team, or not debuting the tag team. We're coming out because obviously your tag team, you guys won the champion or the number one contendership. But you're facing the Undeniables. You're facing the RPW tag team champions, who, if I'm remembering correctly, haven't wrestled in RPW since they won the titles.
It's true.
So their first title defense is against a brand new tag team that they didn't have an opportunity to study or test or anything. They just have to go off of what is told to them by Orion, and clearly nothing he says is accurate or true anyways. So he'd probably be like, oh man, it'll be a cakewalk, I got screwed, instead of being honest and saying, yeah, fucked. But anyways, go ahead, Nubby. This is your time to shine. This is your match. Let's tell me what happened. Let's talk about this moment.
All right, so we got in the ring, we did our thing, intros and all that. All of a sudden, these idiots, Victor Wade and Aaron Arsenal, they took our beers out of our hands. We had beer in our hands, and they just took them right out. They just took them.
Sounds like theft.
It was.
Yeah.
So we went up to them and took their belts.
Good.
And we raised them in the air. I'm like, you want to take our beer? We'll take the belts right now. And then,
that's some foreshadowing. That's foreshadowing shit. Yeah.
That's right. Unfortunately, though, because we turned our backs, or I turned my shell, if you will, we got jumped in the beginning. I wonder if this was a ploy to start, they got us. They one-upped us, I guess. So they jumped us. The match starts. But, we fought back. And in the end, I guess we can go right to it. Shell shock into Victor Wade. Sean Danger, who was legal, pinned Victor Wade. and then got the 1, 2, 3. So essentially, we're tag team champions, right?
And that's what I thought I heard. That's the information that was given to me. But you're titleist right now, so clearly something else happened.
Yes.
Hmm.
So we're celebrating, and we celebrate for a while. I mean, come on, we just won the titles, shockingly, shell-shocking, if you will. And then all of a sudden,
Shock-toppingly. Yeah, shock-top is a beer, but anyway, I'm sorry.
yeah. Then all of a sudden, that jackass general manager Damian Saint guy comes out and says that Victor Wade's foot was on the rope. Now, from my angle, I did not see that.
Yeah.
I was more focused on making sure Arsenal did not get in to stop the pin. So I still don't know. I have not seen the actual footage of that. So Damian Saint ordered the match to restart.
Okay.
Which in that time, Aaron Arsenal rolled up Sean Danger. And when I finally realized what was happening, I went to go try to stop the pin, and Wade held my leg. And I could not get back in and stop. And we ended up not winning the belts after all.
So essentially, Damian Saint found a way to take your moment away from you once again.
Exactly.
And I can see where you think that I would have a controversy on that because of the respect I have for what Damian Saint does for the business. I still don't agree to things he's doing to you because it kind of seems like it's almost personal over professional at this point. So I disagree with that. I know that kind of like, regardless, what Nuke could have done or could have fixed, sometimes you just got to let situations play themselves out. And obviously him being new to ownership of wrestling, he probably has a lot to deal with, a lot going on. Hopefully there's a way that he could rectify this issue, and hopefully there's a way to correct the mistake in the future for you guys. Now, does that mean handing you guys another opportunity? Yeah, maybe. If he feels that what has happened is unjust enough, or if that means at least giving you an opportunity to win the titles back. But yeah, no, that's in my opinion. If you were to have a restart of the match, it should be both legal people up facing each other, ref check in, ref saying let's go. I think in that instance, I think the ref jumped the gun. I don't know who was ref in the match, but I think they made it got a little too excited for it and rang the bell maybe too prematurely without the teams actually being ready. I think that's a flaw. So, but Nuke seems to be big on righting wrongs that happen, especially when the undeniable are involved. So let's see what happens in the coming weeks or coming months of the season of Rocket Pro. And let's see if that gets fixed. We don't know. We'll see what happens in April or May. So.
But that wasn't the thing I meant.
Oh, okay.
When it came to conflicting
Oh,
things.
you should have stopped me from going on that big long spiel then.
Well, because you weren't wrong. It's just
I hardly am.
But the one conflicting part about it is when I talked to Max Holiday after the show.
Yeah, my best friend, longest reigning 3-time SCW heavyweight champion. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be really upset about this. Because of the results of this match, of how everything happened,
yeah.
He lost the bet.
What bet did he lose?
He actually bet on me and Danger to win the titles.
Oh, that's nice of him. What did he bet?
I don't know, but he said he lost the bet because the match restarted and.
Well, he's not gonna lose my friendship because best friends aren't like that. Like I don't change my mind on who my friends are based on their actions in the business because I'm not a petty fuck like that. That's some LIM shit. So I'm eager to see what he lost. Hopefully, we find that out in the coming weeks. I know next month it was kind of foreshadowed by us, but advertised by Rocket Pro Wrestling, Holidays didn't get that title opportunity. So, maybe we'll find out by then. Maybe he'll reach out and say, "Hey, best friend Travesty, yeah, this is what I lost in the bet." And who knows? Maybe out of the kindness of our hearts, maybe JFW will try to rectify that situation in some way. Yeah. For the longest reigning 3-time SCW heavyweight champion, my best friend Max Holiday, who was also screwed out of a tag team championship within the last few weeks, just at SCW instead of RPW. But yeah, so you got that a lot in common. Yeah, you both got a really good best friend in Travesty, and you both got screwed out your title championships by other people getting involved where they shouldn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now again, I did not see the footage yet. So maybe Saint might be telling the truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, after all the shit he's pulled, he could have just shut the fuck up.
100%. Let me ask you this question. Because in the moment you were officially SC or RPW tag team champion. Like that moment happened. Which felt better? Winning that from Undeniable, even though it was brief, you still did it. Or winning your previous championship, was it the Chicagoland Championship from Joey Roth? Which one felt more vindicated, or more like which one did you feel more proud about?
Wow, that's a tough one because both had meaning, because you saw Joey Roth running around with that belt, not defending it. I considered him. Now Joey, Scott, we're friends now, but
this is the then look. We're talking about that.
This is the then.
Yeah, not Scott now.
You were a pandemic champion. Just saying. You barely defended it, and then when you did, there were shenanigans involved. In fact, I believe I repped the match where I got punched in the face and didn't see anything. So yeah, taking the belt from him was great. Finally shut him up. I mean, he never showed up to IPW ever again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the month before, I beat him in a tournament match in under 5 minutes. So there's 2 matches I beat Joey Roth in. Took his belt, knocked him out of a tournament. Got me back later on, but that's fine. This, I think, had a little bit more meaning because it was undeniable. I was able to shove it in Damian Saint's face after everything he's done. Funny, Chicagoland Championship took that away from me. And now he took another title away from me.
Yeah. I think when the one thing you can definitely take away from this match, again, you depending on how you want the record books to look, technically you won. I consider a rematch being a start of a whole new match, but whatever. You showed that there is weakness in the undeniable. You showed that there is a way for Pizza and Beer to take titles away from the undeniable. And I think you showed not only undeniable that, but Damian Saint that too. There's a small implosion happening within the undeniable. I think it all started with Schultz losing that title to Stone. Then it was, Maximus's loss to you. And I think it was this tag team. Now they're able to kind of find a loophole, call it a mulligan, whatever the hell it is. Again, if the footage is out there, the footage is out there. That's a Kevin and RPW thing they have to figure out. But there's chinks in the armor. And there's weaknesses in the chain that I think are being shown. I think that scared Damon a little bit. He just happened to find that split second, I could use this. Now, if the proof isn't there, I think that gives Kevin pretty good doubt on saying, hey, next month we're running it back. So, but only time will tell. So. Yeah, only time will tell. I'm not going to put words into Kevin's mouth, because if I do that, he's going to sound more intelligent than he is, and I don't want him to deserve any credit that he doesn't, deserve. So I'll let him speak for himself, regardless of how articulate it won't be. That's on him, because he's an idiot. Nice guy, just dumb, whatever. He's definitely the kind of guy that would hold a rabbit way too tight and fucking kill it, like Lenny in Of Mice and Men. Just a big dumb idiot, but nice guy nonetheless. I'm sorry to not walk away with the title, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
We definitely showed that we are tough, and Aaron Arsenal is one hell of an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to run it back, even if it's a singles match with him, just so I can take his mustache and throw him by it. But Victor Wade, I said last week, I've known him for a long time. Been waiting for that day, and another match I would like to have is singles wise, but
yeah,
we did beat him in my eyes. But whatever, Saint, you're a dick.
Yeah, I'll call it a victory. I mean, if anyone else wants to dispute it, that's on them. Like I said, with all due respect to how I feel about Saint or whatever, I'm gonna say that you beat him. You beat the ARWPro Tag Team Champions.
We did.
You did.
It's in the it's gotta be in the record book somehow.
Yeah, and nobody can take that away from you, regardless of how much they try. Absolutely not.
Yeah. But yeah, that all happened. Can only move on from here. So we are gonna move on to the next match. 7 August ended up getting a clean win over Skylar Reed.
Wow. Is it because J-Beck wasn't there to fuck it up?
Probably, but I take that back. As I start to remember, there was a low blow involved. So not so clean. I tried, Devin. You're a dick for that.
Pun intended, because he low blowed somebody.
The next match, it was Idols versus Idols. Let's just say Nani was kind of quiet for a little while because Joey Roth and Johnny Nye did get the win over John Bowman and Damian Gray.
That's what he's saying is Scott and Johnny Nye, because Joey Roth is Joey Roth dead? I mean, like, I could have sworn I sat there in commentary and this dude said that Joey Roth is dead, that he's Scott. And he's like, fuck it, let me throw the jacket back on. I'll continue to be Joey Roth. Like, how did they work, though? Like, how did Roth and Nye work together, though?
They work pretty well together, knowing their history. But I think maybe the common enemy portion of it kind of put them together. And they did hug and shake hands after the match. So
was Roxy out there?
I don't think she was. I didn't see her. And it was pretty quiet. It was Nails on Chalkboard was not there, except when Nani was screaming. But she sure shut up after Scott and Nye won that match.
And good for her. And speaking of Nani, for those of you who don't know, Nani came out with a series of plushies. You see these things?
Yeah, I've seen them.
So she put out there, and I think it might be over on the Rocket Pro Wrestling fans page. If you guys are fans there, she put on a video revealing a line of Galaxy Rocket Pro Wrestling themed plushies. Guys like Schultz, Saint, Steve, J-Beck, Joey Roth. I mean, pretty much she's like, I'm going to make a bunch of villains because this was the old plan, and Steve.
And C-Red.
Yeah, I still said, and I know, we kind of talked about it briefly. Hopefully the Amazing Turtle one's on its way. And
it should be.
I will laugh my ass off if it's anything but a turtle. I will. Like, she's like, oh, I got the Amazing Turtle plushie, and it's like a koala bear or a penguin. I'd be like, fucking perfect. Absolutely.
Now, if it's a panda, she'll be partly right, because there is an ongoing joke about that.
I love pandas. I know I'll never get a plushie, but if she made a panda plushie, I'd mark out to that. But I'm not saying I need one because I'm not RPW. So, but the plushies she made, they are really cool, and I believe they are. They're made to order, and I believe ordering is available now through her shop. And I think the link to that is over on the right on the post that she put over on the RPW fan page. So
yeah,
but good for her. Good for. I mean, it's. I know it's hard out there to be like a business owner, especially a small business owner trying to grow. So I mean, if the wrestling business, could do what they do, promote local, wrestlers and wrestling fans, take advantage of the opportunity to do so and check out those plushies. If I was to order one, I think I'd definitely order the Steve one, just because proceeds from that one goes to a cancer foundation, and I think that's pretty cool. I'd also like the opportunity to buy them all, maybe put them somewhere in the office here, but who knows? Maybe I'll do that once the turtle one comes out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shell yeah.
Shell yeah.
All right. The inter-county champion Jesus Desafio came out to address Kid Lat, who was not in attendance. Kind of convenient. Go out there and talk your shit without somebody there. And then had his buddy Rozzy come out pretending to be Kid Lat. Like he was on his knees pretending to be short and everything. Nothing really to say about that. It was hard to really understand what the Desafio was saying because he was just talking out so much shit and I just fell asleep. Because no one wants to hear you call out somebody that isn't even there.
I mean, the beard is pretty awesome, though.
Many say it's not.
Well, those people are fools. Kind of reminds me of Lexus King, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
It makes you unique. So is he a good person? No, but I can appreciate a good beard.
Is that what you do when you look in the mirror? You appreciate your beard?
I cannot wait to get the hair and beard all trimmed up by my barber because it's getting way too much. It's just way too much. Don't get me wrong, I love my hair. It's just way too. I mean, you know what it's like, just hair in your eyes and just oh man.
I know what it's like.
It's such a.
Have you seen me lately?
I mean, you get it. I mean, you know what it is. You know what it's like. I mean, like you're just like I'm sitting here. I got headphones on, hoping that keeps the hair back, and here it is. This is just like, what is this? What am I doing here? Like, what is that? It's like I got curtain open and shit just to see. It's insane.
Pull back the curtain.
Exactly right. No, I'm gonna get myself cleaned up. I look like a fucking sexy caveman. I can't do it.
Oh well, too bad I can't segue in with that one.
Speaking of sexy caveman.
No, because this guy is not a sexy caveman at all. He's a piece of shit. Maximus Orion.
Yeah, that moron. Idiot.
He came out ready to fight whoever was going to challenge him for the Rocket to the Top briefcase. To answer the challenge ended up being Sam Knight. Now, you're probably wondering, doesn't Sam Knight have a match later on against Ryan Matthews? Well, that was planned, but that did not happen as Ryan Matthews was not there.
Well, got scared?
He got scared like a careless hat. So, Maximus was not happy about this. As he said that because, Ryan Matthews cannot be there, Sam Knight technically would have the night off and he should just go home.
Which, you know what? That's something an owner can decide.
That's right.
But he's not an owner anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
He's just a moron now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just a moron,
You're
Maximus.
just a moron, you idiot. Stupid.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Dumbass.
So Maximus called out Nuke and told him, get somebody else out. Well, somebody else did come out. And it ended up being a member of the Coyotes in Brooks Burna.
I think you predicted both of these. I know we were talking about like a whole Sam Knight, missing his opportunities and all that stuff. And I think we were discussing the possibility of Sam Knight, even though he had a match booked, could take this opportunity. And I think we also talked about how the Coyotes haven't been around in a while. I think we mentioned Christian Rose, not Burna, but I mean, we kind of, I'm not even going to say you. I think you kind of, you prophesize this shit. I think you put it out there in the universe and you made it happen.
Booking shit without booking shit,
I'm not saying JFW's booking shit, but I mean,
we're
right?
booking shit, right?
Right. So I think the conversation last Tuesday may projected into the hairless cat not being able to show up, opening up an opportunity for Sam Knight to take that briefcase. Now the question is, what was the outcome of that match?
Well, I'm going to tell you the outcome of this match.
Ooh, right now?
Right now.
Oh, damn. Okay, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
So, Sam Knight spears Burna. Then all of a sudden, Ryan Matthews' music hits. So, Sam Knight got distracted. And Maximus Moron took advantage, took out Sam Knight, knocked him out of the ring, and then got the pin on Burna, and Maximus retains his briefcase. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Shortcuts. Which makes sense.
So it sounds like it was part of the plan to begin with. It's like Maximus knew. Because of all things, Ryan Matthews' music hits. So it's like it was set up that way.
I can see that. No, I'm not. That's the thing. It's like listen, and I'll say that Maximus is an idiot. He's a moron, dumbass. He's a fool. But I mean, he knows how to be shady when he needs to be shady. And you call that intelligence that all you want. I think that's more just survival. But yeah, I mean, it would have been awesome to see him lose that briefcase because again, that's one less controlling thing the Undeniable can hold above the company.
Right. Aaron Stone retained the Zero Gravity Championship over Jake Painter. I'd say match of the night, in my opinion. It was great to see Jake Painter back in Rocket Pro. Aaron Stone, being Aaron Stone, hitting hard, kicking ass. Jake Painter gave it right back to him, but Aaron Stone in the end wins. Who is next?
It's hard to think of anyone who wants to step up against Stone.
Well, hold that thought.
I don't want to keep Stone in my mind longer than I have to. It's kind of terrifying.
Well, don't worry.
I just remember, just trying to commentate a match while Stone's over there with a slight smirk staring at Steve like, I want to fuck this dude up. Just like knowing full well, I fucked him up once. I could do it again. And Steve over there, obviously with his arrogance, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Until Stone made an example of Schultz on what he's capable of doing. And then Steve kind of backtracking all his shit he said, like, well, I was just trying to motivate him. It's like, fucking, yeah, you're going to get fucked up, buddy. Just saying stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so with Stone, where are we going with that?
We'll
get to
in
it.
a couple. We'll get to it.
And a couple.
In a couple matches. And you mentioned Eric Schultz. He took on BOW. Victor Wade came out to distract the referee, but it didn't work out too well. Schultz tried to use the briefcase, didn't work. BOW dominated and won the match.
Okay.
So Schultz isn't having that great much of luck lately.
Even the new ring attire's not helping, huh?
Nah. Ever since he went to that attire, he's kind of been having a downfall.
It's okay. It's progress over process, man. I don't know if that makes sense, but it did to me.
Well, if it made sense to you, then it was right.
That's what I'm aiming for. That's the expectation there. It's like, yeah, that works.
It works.
Yeah.
Hell, I made the list. So we had the Freebirds taking on the Scumbag Army, which your boy Flywheel was in the place of Tom Heisman.
Hell yeah.
Because Tom Heisman was licking his wounds from last month. Freebirds did get the win. I mean, should be no surprise. I mean, it's Flywheel.
Yeah.
He got ass whooped.
So BOW did not get involved, huh?
He did not get involved.
Oh, man. That's a conversation they're going to have, because I'm sorry, but your Scumbag Army, he should be out there helping your peeps.
Or maybe he's just in ARWPro, he's his own person.
Nope, don't agree with that. I'm sorry. Be part of the team or don't be part of the team. You know, shit, get off the pot, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, usually. But Freebird's not satisfied with the win because it was not Tom Heisman and Creed. Yeah. I mean, they've had the singles matches, and it was brought up that in the past, Flywheel took Creed's spot at one point. So they still haven't had the actual Freebirds against the actual Youth Gone Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So Freebirds made the challenge, and it sounds like it was accepted under some terms. It would be the careers of the Freebirds versus their stuff. So if the Freebirds win, they get their stuff back. If they lose, their careers are over. But they all I think it was Hayes at S. They're told them that they can choose the stipulation. Well, Flywheel did choose the stipulation. It'll be 3 stages of hell.
So do they get to choose all 3 stages or just the 3 stages of hell?
That I don't know.
It'd be interesting because, I mean, and most of it is, I mean, obviously there's always an escalation, you know, whether it be like a singles, tables, ladders, whatever the other fucking choose to do. I mean, hell, man, you put your career on the line. I mean, that says something because you can walk away with everything. You can walk away with nothing. And that's wild. Because basically, when you accept a challenge like this, and when you set up a challenge like this, you're pretty much saying, if you do win, that property we want back, keep it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it seems like going into it, it's more of a, like, Youth Gone Wild honestly has nothing to lose in this. You know, right. Like, okay, what they lose some property that they stole. I mean, come on now. It's like they literally have nothing to lose in going in this. I mean, not only are they able to, not only do they have an opportunity to keep what they took, but also take the careers of these 2 guys. But if they lose, like, what did they lose? They lost some jackets and rings that never belonged to them in the first place. It's a wild contest. So We'll see. Maybe there'll be more added to it. Maybe there's more of a stipulation coming. Who knows? But that's wild when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm. All right. We had the sit down between Steve and Shaq Jordan. There was mention of Gunner in this whole thing. His music did hit. Fans thought he was back already, but it was just Shaq Jordan playing games, getting everybody riled up. One of the last questions that Steve asked was, how does it something about Shogun, since Shogun trained him. Trying to remember how he worded it, but nonetheless, Steve called Shaq Jordan a punk.
A punk.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is the same guy that Steve once referred to as a generational talent or treasure or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I got nothing against Steve. I love Steve, but just because somebody goes from being a good guy to a douchebag, I said the same thing on the live streams, talking to Creed. It's like regardless of your attitude, man, like you can't take away the fact that Steve used to call him the franchise of SCW.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't do it. Just like Steve has to realize, like, if you're going to go out there and you're going to refer to Shaq Jordan as a generational treasure, you can't go off the assumption that he's always going to be a nice fucking guy. Sometimes people's attitude change, their head gets bigger, their arrogance happens. He's still going to be, in the ring, a high quality performer. Yep. You can't go calling some dude a punk just because you don't like the way he's living his life. It just don't work that way, I'm sure if Steve's kid came up to him, slapped him in the fucking face, I'm sure Steve's still going to love him. Just saying, it's, I'm just, per example, because Steve obviously watched these people grow up. C-Red's countless, sons and grandbabies and all that shit out there. And you can't change your opinion on somebody just because they changed who they are. So I'm assuming, Shaq Jordan being called a punk didn't go over too well.
No. In fact, Shaq hit Steve with the microphone, knocked him out, and then he hit him with the chair. And it looked like he was going to do it multiple times, but now I mentioned to hold that thought on Aaron Stone, because Aaron Stone did come out to make the save.
Good on Stone. Good on.
Now, there's speculation that Steve may or may have not have stolen my shell, because Steve got up pretty quick after getting hit with a chair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to accuse him of anything,
right.
But
I'm just saying the shell went missing at one point.
I'm not saying that happened. I'm also not saying that, Steve, he's got a tough back. I mean, we've seen him get hit with chairs before,
mm-hmm.
and he was down. And I wasn't always in the building when those things happened. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the Power Hour this week. But Stone did make the save, and he did challenge Shaq to a match, and he even said he'll put his Zero Gravity title on the line against him.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I mean, maybe my timelines are mixed up, but weren't both men at one point trying to get the RPW title off Michaels?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's some history there. There's some familiarity there. I mean, honestly, Steve's lucky he walked away from that shit, because, again, if I was Stone, I'd be fucking Steve up. I'm just saying, I mean, maybe Stone is more of a forgive and forget kind of guy. I wouldn't expect that from him. I think he's more of a, if you're not going to respect him, I'm going to beat that respect into you kind of guy, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But a Shaq Jordan, Aaron Stone match, that's something everybody definitely wants to see.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, I'm not 100% if that's taking place next month, but it could. We'll find out in the upcoming weeks. Now, the main event is Marshay Rockett taking on Steve Michaels for the heavyweight championship.
Now, I kind of saw some shit. How did Michaels keep the title?
So, oh well, there you go. We went right into it.
Here's the thing: ARWPro posted the videos. Pac-Man's mom posted the video. It's huge news what followed the matchup. But I do know Michaels end up retaining his title. I'm sure it wasn't clean. We know who Marshay is. So, first question is: did Marshay have the attitude to go into a Michaels match, or was he just the let's high five, have a good time kind of Marshay Rockett?
Well, there's a little bit of both. He was still high fiving and all that, but he did have determination. He was ready. Because he was so ready that when Undeniable did come out, he took them all out. At least 3 members got knocked the fuck out by Marshay. There was an M80 on one of them. Now, Marshay did win the match. But it was a disqualification because Mr. General Manager Damien Saint guy, asshole prick, poked Marshay in the eye in front of the ref.
So intentional DQ, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, that's and that's unfortunate, because again, it's wild to me. Again, like I don't. Kevin owns the company. He could fix that shit, man. There's a weirdness to the leeway. Like I understand that maybe contractually obligated. Maybe Saint can't be removed from power regardless or whatever. I'm sure he was smart enough to find some way to make sure that's in the contract. He can't be removed. But man, if you get your general manager out there, gouging the eyes of your contenders, there's got to be something you can go out there like, listen, man, let's run it back. Start that bell back up. Do what they did to you
right
3 hours earlier. Like,
right.
Start it up. Who cares? Who cares?
Now,
get it going.
So, Nuke did come out, and actually, let me run that back a minute.
Yeah.
Steve Michaels looked like he was not happy with that result. He did push Saint because he wanted to win on his own.
Yeah.
He said he could do it. I don't know how much I believe of that, but hey, you do you, Michaels. That's fine. So Nuke did come out, and he told Marshay straight up that the referee's decision is final. It was a DQ. And of course, Damien Saint is going to go along with that. But let's reverse my title. Yeah. Hypocrite.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now I can't dispute that. Yeah, disqualification happened. Could Nuke do something about it? Yes. I believe he could have said, we're not going to do it this way, blah, 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 but he didn't. Maybe he's got another plan in mind. I don't know. Or maybe he listens to the podcast so much that he understands what you say all the time. Referee's decision's final.
Yeah, and listen, I can respect that. And maybe, like I said, other than maybe him not wanting to be a perception of what Damien Saint does, coming out and changing rules and all that stuff, I can respect that. I really can. There just has to be a correction of the error or a correction of the oversight in the future. And that means maybe Marshay gets another opportunity. Maybe that means banning the Undeniable, including the managers, quote unquote, the GM.
Yeah, right.
There's a power that comes with ownership that even a contract of a general manager can't bypass or overlook. There's got to be some way to justify it. But yes, you did say that that Nuke came out. Obviously, the decision's final, but the show's not over there.
It's not, because Nuke did talk to Saint and said he's got to right another wrong.
Mhm.
And he rehired somebody. And that somebody happens to be J-Back. And that J-Back had something to say to Saint. So J-Back, came out, said what he had to say, and he said he had somebody, he had a friend, and which that friend happens to be your best friend, 3-time former SCW heavyweight champion Max Holiday.
Longest reigning SCW heavyweight champ. Matt, boot name Sue Holiday. Ah, yeah, I saw that video. That made me laugh. That made me happy. It made me giddy. I didn't know he knew J-Back. Didn't know
Oh,
they were friends.
they've been best friends for years. That I knew. He came in and took out Undeniable. Got in Steve Michaels' face a little bit. Took out Saint, gave him the Sue. That was great. I enjoyed that one very much. I was a little jelly, if you will, because I wanted to do that, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because fuck Saint. So J-Back says that he wants, you know, his friend to take on his friend, or his boy against his boy, for the title. Saint did not want to do it. But then J-Back offered his career. He'll put his career on the line. So Max Holiday is officially going to take on Steve Michaels heavyweight title versus J-Back's career.
That's I mean, I could say that's a lot of pressure to put on Max Holiday, but I know Max Holiday can handle the pressure.
I mean, it is Max Holiday.
It's Max Holiday. That's my best friend. 3-time longest reigning SCW heavyweight champion. Almost SCW tag team champion. I mean, that dude almost got the double crown at SCW.
Almost.
Almost. And I get it. Some people are like, we'll win 2 titles in one, don't matter. And when you're fucking Max Holiday, though. I'll say he's a single crown champion. I don't give a fuck. I can do that. First off, this is my show. I can do things like that. Single crown champion. I don't care. Get the boy a fucking crown. Don't care. 3-time longest reigning SCW heavyweight champion deserves a single crown. Single crown. Yeah, I said it.
Well, there you go.
Crown Royal. I know he likes to drink.
He does.
Yeah. I don't know him that well, but I'm assuming he does enjoy a crown apple from time to time. Just saying.
He does like strippers too, from what I understand.
Well, he's a boat person. I'm assuming that he only bought the boat because of the song "I'm on a Boat," and I believe that song does include strippers in it. So.
Well, if it doesn't, it should.
That's right. Max Holiday likes to yacht it up.
Yacht.
Yep.
But yeah, that was Rocket Pro Wrestling's Shamrock Showdown. April 12th, spring break.
God. Getting close to the season finale, brother.
I know. It just feels like it just started.
I know. It's wild to think. And I'm sure a lot of it has to do with the concept of the first half is 2024, second half is 2025. But it's still, you're talking about 9 months. But yeah, no, it's slowly coming around. But yeah, make sure you guys are out there April 12th. See what surprises Rocket Pro has in store.
Yeah.
One of the shows that did happen over this past weekend, we don't got results for Ultimate Combat Gauntlet. That happened this past Friday. We don't have any information on the next upcoming show, but I'm sure we'll cover it when that happens. POWW Entertainment did happen this past weekend as well. Let's see if I can pull up that information real quick here.
I didn't see nothing from Chris Hedford, so I can assume that Jason Dukes didn't win the belt.
That does not surprise me one bit. Let's take a look here. Let's see if
Only post I seen was him wishing his girlfriend a happy birthday.
Oh, the Dali's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, happy 23rd birthday, however young you fucking are. I don't even know. I think she's about 30. I really don't know.
Yeah, she's...
Yeah, she didn't come back, so let's celebrate it. Who knows? You know, enjoy your birthday with your idiot boyfriend, Dali. I don't know. I don't have any information on Power Entertainment, but their next show is going to be Saturday, March 29th, returning to Fox Lake at the American Legion Post 703 for Power Entertainment Presents Awakening. As of right now, what looks on the card is Victor Nestra, Hardcore Impact, the Bombshell Leslie Benson, and the returning Leslie Michelle. What'd I say?
You said Leslie.
Leslie Michelle makes her return to Power Entertainment at Pow Awakening. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. I do believe tickets are currently on sale right now for this event. And yes, front row seats are still currently available, so make sure you get those while you can.
Yeah.
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 I am, which kind of surprising behind the curtain. I mentioned it earlier to send us the information of the shows and stuff that we talk about here, whether it be match cards, highlights, whatever shows we can't make it to. I'm actually currently waiting on results from a company right now. So hopefully those come through and we can kind of talk about those. In the meantime, though, what else do we have going on? You said you have information on Hybrid Wrestling Entertainment?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
Yeah. So I can run through that right now if you'd like.
Yeah, let's see what's going on there.
All right. So Hybrid Wrestling Entertainment had their show. On the pre-show, we had Jimmy Ocean defeating Yoshi Kai. Jax Johnson defeated Brock Hall. D'Angelo Steele defeated Ethan Matthews. Let's see. Jack Spade defeated Jordy Lee. Let's see. We had the debut of the director's chair, starring the all-night highlight, Peter Schwanz. Guest starred your boy Roy. Aaron Arsenal came out as well, and this resulted in a physical pull apart between Roy and Arsenal. So people are already ruining a show. Debut talk show, and people ruined it for him.
Yeah, it's wrestling, brother. No one ever gets nice things in professional wrestling.
Especially Peter Schwanz. I have respect for that guy. Mr. Pornstache himself. Wyatt Tordzen was unable to attend due to some issues. Therefore, Jaden Mercer took his place against Shane Hills. But it ended up being Jaden Mercer defeating Shane Hills. Then we had Shaq Jordan defeating Sam Eli and Adam Grace in a triple threat. Stacy Shadows defeated Amina Belmont. And then for the heavyweight championship, Aaron Arsenal, the champion, retained against your boy Roy. After the main event, Aaron Arsenal came back from the curtain and attacked your boy Roy, who was receiving an ovation from the crowd. So you lose and you get an ovation. And I guess you didn't like that. It should have been all about the champ, right? That sounds like. But fuck Aaron Arsenal. His mustache is offensive. Adam Grace rushed out to the rescue. And Arsenal retreated. And that was Hybrid Wrestling Entertainment.
Awesome. Let's see, when is the next hybrid show?
It is April something.
April 18th.
That's right.
So Friday, April 18th, Hybrid will return. Same night as Chicago Style Wrestling.
Oh, how about that?
I'm still waiting on the results from MCW. Hopefully those do come through soon. In the meantime, a lot of stuff happened on Frontline Pro. We didn't get a lot of results. I think you mentioned from this past weekend, but do we have anything for this upcoming show?
We have a card for this upcoming show.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Like I said, hopefully the match information from MCW does come through. If it doesn't, I'll at least be able to share it up on our Facebook page. But I'm kind of like tracking, see if it comes through or not. But Frontline Pro is this is technically going to be the third show in March alone, and I think it's almost like the seventh show of the year almost.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're putting shit out there. I mean, I think like last weekend they were at a convention. They got tournaments going on. And I think this kind of like boils over to a tournament too. It's almost like I don't want to compare it to any other companies and stuff like that, but like when you have like SCW doing like those free shows and Bourbonnais and Ashcombe and stuff like that, it's not a particular like storyline following kind of show. It's like an additional attraction kind of convention was. This, I think we're going to find the impact of Anderson, joining Aaron Xavier. My guess is, but we're going to find that out with Nubby covering the match card. So.
Yeah. All right. So, Frontline Pro is this Saturday, March 8th at the Bakerville Bar, 10631 County Road B in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Admission is free.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Frontline. Go Frontline.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Frontline.
Giving back.
The Giving Tree.
The show starts at 6 p.m. I assume the doors open around 5:30. And this is the breakout tournament. Now, the tournament matches consist of fatal four-ways. In Group A, it'll be Damian Tyler versus Disco Ray versus Nell Dillinger versus E.J. Swanson. In Group B, it'll be Corey McHenry versus Aaron Wolf versus Johnny C.K. versus Perfection. In Group C, we have Rockin' Rivera versus Marcelo Spade versus Kayvon Lee versus Moondog Murray. In Group D, we have Kid Lat versus Skylar Reed versus Sam Eli versus Silky Smooth.
Just as a side note, and I know this doesn't matter one way or another. Is this information that you're reading off that somebody given to you?
No, this is off their Facebook page.
Okay, because I'm looking at these flyers and you're reading off the Fatal Four Ways, but the blocks are completely different based on their flyers. I know it doesn't matter, but I was trying to follow along, and you're saying like you just did like what, block D, and you said it was Lat, Reed, Eli, and Smooth.
Mm-hmm.
On the flyer, they're block A.
That's funny. That's how they have it written out, though. I went by that.
No, that's fine. Like I said, it does not matter one bit. But I'm sitting looking at it like, wait a minute. Like, I think at first I thought you were reading wrong information because you started reading block A, and I'm looking at block A. I'm like, wait, what the hell? And all of a sudden I moved to the next one, and then I see that. I'm like, okay, because those people are there. But wait a minute, that's block C. And then I'm just like, I pray to fucking God that somebody gave you the wrong information, because I love calling people out on mistakes because people love doing it when I do it. But but okay, we're fine. We're fine. Fucking Moondog, bro. I love Murray. I absolutely love that dude. And I think what Chris, my commentating partner, says is Moondogs might be making a return to SCW soon. And for people who haven't seen Moondog Murray, they're in for a surprise.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I remember this Rivera guy. Fuck that dude. I remember
Yeah,
from
fuck that guy.
Yeah, I remember that guy from IPW. What a jag off. Is this Dillinger? Is this the one that wrestled in RPW?
No, totally different Dillinger.
Different gender? Okay, yeah. Swanson, I know. Disco Ray, obviously. Tyler, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, no, these are exciting fatal, and I love fatal four ways. I guess I really don't know. Are these fatal four way eliminations or one fall finishes?
It does not say.
I hope
But
it's eliminations, but it probably isn't.
so here's a funny thing. Now I'm going back to what you just told me about the blocks.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the flyers,
Mhm.
and I see what you mean. But there's a post in one of them, from 2 days ago. They have it written. So Group A, like I read it,
Yeah,
but did not match the flyer, and then they're in the same post.
that's amazing. Listen, as long as we're reading information and we're saying, as long as somebody doesn't come back to me and say, "Hey, you said this the wrong block," which again, I know it doesn't matter whatsoever, but at least we're pulling incorrect information. Like it's not us fucking it up. But yeah, no, it was just throwing me off so bad. I'm like, hold on a second, dude, you're not reading the right fucking things. But you were. There's just different block numbers or letters, whatever the hell they are.
But hey, the mistake is on their own Facebook page.
That's right. That's on you guys. Fix that Frontline. It ain't on us. Yeah.
I did what I said. I said what I did. I am who I am.
Yeah, sometimes you bleed. Who fucking knows?
Yeah. In another match, tag team match that has nothing to do with the tournament. Avalon and Sierra, one of your favorite tag teams, take on another favorite tag team of yours, the Bro Bros.
I know. I'm so excited for the Bro Bros to have an opportunity to face a team like Sierra and Avalon. I feel really bad for the Bro Bros because they got to face a team like Sierra and Avalon. Like they're gonna fuck them up. Like they're gonna put on a show and they're gonna learn some shit, but and they're gonna get fucked up along the way. But I'm really excited for that opportunity. Bro Bros are the kind of team. I mean, you gave them an opportunity over in Rocket Pro Wrestling. SCW got, they came in and did a quick shot in SCW. This is a team that needs to be around more often. They're entertaining. They have the wrestling ability to put on great performances in tag team matches. I'm glad that they found their way up the front line. Hopefully, they can find more consistent work here in the Chicago area. So,
yeah,
I love those dudes. And again, obviously, taking on a team. I mean, if they can pick up a win over Avalon and Sierra, that'd be huge. And obviously Sierra having to watch out for, the reckoning. It's
the Rapture.
The Rapture. Watching out for the Rapture. That's definitely going to be in the back of her mind going into this matchup. So,
yeah. Speaking of the Rapture, one member of the Rapture, Chris Merrick, will be taking on Ben McCoy in a singles match.
It's a singles match, but I don't think it's going to be two people out there.
No, we know Aaron Xavier will be around.
100%.
Come on, say Aaron Xavier. He's got to get his shit in.
God, out there fucking rat slaying and shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that is Frontline Pro's breakout tournament out in Marshfield, Wisconsin at the Bakerville Bar this Saturday, March the 8th. Free admission, 6 p.m. Be there. Or else.
Nice. Okay. Let's move on to ARW just because I do not have MCW stuff. So like I said, if it gets sent to me, I'll share it up on our Facebook page, but it hasn't come through yet. So
All right.
Yeah, we're on to ARW, man. Let's is there anything else I missed? Oh, and wait, NWA. We got NWA Chicago.
Oh yeah. Good thing I went to it. And then I went to it and then I erased it. Now I'm back to it.
I totally spaced on it.
All right, so NWA Chicago is back. for Road to Gold. And it will be in Highland Park at Studio One, 1799 Green Bay Road. For tickets, you can check out NWALiveEvents.com, or there could be a link on their Facebook page. Only one match has been officially announced. There's a tag match, and it features Charlie Kleinman and Gage taking on Steve Boz and Hans Carden, the Crabman. Bell time is 7 p.m. So get there early. I know it's going to be a Friday, March 7th. You're muted.
I was singing country music anyways. I was singing Friday after 5, so it didn't miss much. I do want to see NWA Chicago though. New Japan's coming to Chicago too, and I wouldn't mind checking that out. I mean, I'm not huge into New Japan, but I mean, any wrestling coming to Chicago, I do want to check out. Except for AEW, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm over them.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Cope's out there hitting people with concertos and stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm over him too. Fuck that guy too. Yeah. So I guess we'll go to ARW.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, if I get the MCW stuff before we wrap up, I will talk about it here on the show. If not, once it's sent to me, I can post it up on the Facebook page. And then hopefully, as we move forward, what they are doing is exactly what we want to get out of the companies that we work with and that we talk about and everything, is to share with us the content that you want other people to know about. We'll grab what we can off of social media and stuff like that to talk about. But if I get it from the wrestlers or the employees of the company who want to share this stuff, because a lot of the match cards, the results and stuff that we get from the shows that we can't be at, that's coming from Steve, that's coming from BJ Porter, that's coming from Ace Kibbins, that's coming from Gabagool or Pax, and stuff like that. Like we get the information from people, which we appreciate. It's just a lot easier, like I said, like when we can't make it to every single show and we want to get the information out there. So cool, and they sent it.
Yeah, it just got it. Just seen it. So go for it.
All right, I'm gonna read what he sent. Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna So MCW happened this past weekend, right? This past February 28th, there was a pre-show matchup, which good on companies for doing that more often. And I know that like when it comes to like SCW, their pre-shows are different than Rocket Pros. I CSW, I'm sure is different too, where as people are piling in, they're doing the pre-show show. Rocket Pro Wrestling, I'm assuming CSW, correct me if I'm wrong. Everyone's seated, everyone's ready to go. This is the pre-show thing.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
People still file in, but
yeah, like it's because I know CSW has done a couple, other than the Battle Royal, they've done actual matches.
Mm-hmm.
SCW will try to get 3 or 4 shows on High Voltage. RPW does the one show, the one pre-show match. MCW looks like they did a 4-way elimination scramble match, which was featuring Quest Parker, Drake Holloway, IP Manson, and Anthony Lopez. It's a mix of unique styles and high-flying, hard-hitting action. Anthony Lopez picked up the victory over Quest Parker after securing a combination of moves and finishing off with a package power driver to secure the final pinfall. These 4 young talents put on a showcase for the fans in attendance that left everyone excited for more action to come throughout the evening. So they always encourage everyone, if you haven't been to an MCW show, to never miss the action. Make sure you check out their social medias and check out the social medias for all upcoming events and ticket information. Again, we'll promote when the next shows are coming up, and obviously lead you over to Midwest Championship Wrestling's Facebook page. The show begins with a ceremonial open with the national anthem and a small tribute towards the MCW founder Jimmy Smooth, leaving fans excited for the action at Skydive Chicago in Ottawa. Jimmy Smooth, I think we talked briefly about his passing. That happened. Was it last year?
Yeah.
Was it in 2024, right?
Yep.
Okay. I know we talked a little bit about that when it did happen. The show kicks off with the celebration of Schultz as MCW General Manager Damian Saint.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Welcomes the MCW fans to the first event of 2025 and introduces the new MCW champion Eric Schultz to the ring. With the entire MCW roster at ringside, Schultz began to take a good look at his competition and to address the roster and fans altogether. Schultz was not happy with the outpouring of boos from the fans, but very quickly reminded everyone that he is the champion and he demands the attention because he is the champ. Granted, I'm a firm believer of respect is earned, not given. You earn it, you don't deserve it. But again, that's my thing. Schultz, again, piss poor attitude at times, but I love his in-ring ability. That's all I do. The fact that he's champion here, I believe he deserves it. But, some fans disagree. That's on them. Schultz began to air his grievances towards MCW GM Damian Saint, and fans stating his journey is a story titled Screwed, Swindled, and Scammed by Management during his tenure in MCW. Despite having to overcome all the collusion of the management, Eric Schultz has indeed proved to be that he does get results printed across his butt, like Maximus Orion has moron across his, and is in fact the standard of excellence at MCW. Nick Nolan interrupts MCW World Champion Eric Schultz championship celebration in response to Schultz, but most importantly to confront MCW GM Damian Saint for allowing such a fallout to take place this past October when Schultz interjected himself into the main event matchup, costing Nolan his MCW World Championship opportunity. Nolan said that he, in fact, never was pinned in the matchup this past October. Therefore, he never lost the matchup and asked Saint to grant him one more match for the MCW Gold. Nolan aims to become the first ever 3-time MCW World Heavyweight Champion, assuming he wants to be just like my best friend Max Holiday, who is the longest reigning 3-time SCW Heavyweight Champion, because 3 times sounds incredible. Schultz completely shocked by the ego of Nolan for him having the nerve to interrupt his very own championship celebration and ask for another championship opportunity once again. Surprisingly, though, Schultz agrees to Nolan's wishes by granting him the opportunity for the MCW Championship, but under one condition. He must defeat Axel Rico, who we've talked about a lot. Axel Rico, ever since coming back from his injury, has been showing up, showing out. Solid dude. Always a great competitor. And, I dig the new haircut. It's like, I think he got a little trimmed up. At least what I saw from a flyer or some shit. I think he got a little trimmed up.
He just put it back.
Oh, did he? Well, you know
Yes.
what? He looks a little more grown up, and I can appreciate that. Rico made his official debut as fans were shocked and surprised to see Axel Rico in MCW. Damian Saint very quickly put MCW World Champion Schultz in place by reminding everyone that he can make the matches official, and although he is intrigued by Nolan's wish and the surprise appearance of Axel Rico, Damian Saint decides to raise the stakes on our number one contendership match, issuing a loser leaves MCW match featuring Rico versus Nolan in the main event. Eric shows Nolan knowing exactly who and what Axel Rico is capable of. Inside the ring, happily accepts Damian Saint's request and is so confident in Axel Rico's ability, stating that he never wants Nolan in MCW for as long as he is the MCW champ, but will indeed be keeping a close eye on the main event that night. Let's see here. White Meat took on the Mutants in a rematch following their matchup this past December at MCW at St. Jude's Toy Drive event, and after picking up their debut victory over the Mutants. White Meat, Robbie Reeves, and Stan Ambrose showed up determined to improve their win record to 2-0 as they went head-to-head with the Mutants in a tag team rematch this past Saturday. Although the Mutants, FXB, and Lizardman, who we know from CSW, continue to improve their chemistry as a tag team together, White Meat seemed to be very cohesive together after being known to team all across the Midwest. Fans were excited. The show began with the Mutants taking the momentum for most of the matchup, showcasing their unique combined styles of speed, strength, and athleticism. As the match began to wind down, White Meat began their dirty tactics once again against the Mutants, causing a distraction on referee Dev Anderson, followed up with a low blow shot behind the referee's back to secure a pinfall victory to improve their record to 2-0 against Lizardman and FXB. Sadie Bell took on Reagan Lydale. The Outlaw Sadie Bell made her MCW debut against Big Boss Hippie Reagan Lydale in the inaugural match to introduce the MCW Women's Division, which, good on them. I think I've said it. Huge fan of the Women's Division. Midwest needs to do a lot more of it. Good on MCW for introducing a Women's Division, just like Frontline Pro introducing, I think they call it the Bells.
The Liberty
Bells? Yeah. Awesome. Great concept. Love it. Fans were very excited to see women's wrestling at MCW, and they very quickly got behind Reagan Lydale as she continued to show her fighting spirit and determination to win at all costs. Sadie Bell showcased an impressive display of skill and charisma, but in the end, Reagan Lydale was able to secure the victory. Fans were happy and excited to see her hand raised in the end. We kind of spoke about her briefly. I messed up, I combined her name with somebody else's, but the miraculous Leslie Michelle surprised everyone with a shocking attack on Reagan Lydale after a hard-fought match against Sadie Bell. Leslie Michelle took a microphone and began to remind all the fans that she was indeed the very first ever women's match in MCW back in August of 2023, and is back with a new attitude and has her sights set on making her in-ring return very soon. For all you guys who remember, Leslie Michelle obviously had to have surgery. She announced it on her Facebook page. We thought that possibly she was going to be gone for a long time, at least 2025. Luckily, don't know the results, don't know the information, but it looks like Leslie is making a quicker recovery than expected, and she's going to be returning to the ring soon. We mentioned it. She's going to be at POW. Looks like she's stepping back into MCW as well. Fans were furious when what they just saw Reagan Lydale go through. Such a hard-fought match, only for that moment to be taken away by Leslie Michelle. I love Leslie Michelle. I think she's one of the best in the business. I love to see her back at SCW, and I look forward to seeing her back in wrestling altogether. AMB entered the Skydive Chicago Auditorium to address his future with MCW and to enjoy the evening in his own hometown of Ottawa, Illinois. In attendance, Chris Wildcard Mercer, he ran in with a steel chair and brutally ambushed and attacked AMB, ruining a happy birthday and AMB chants in the venue, causing fans in attendance to erupt with anger. Quest Parker and Drake Holloway both made their way out to the ring, try to stop Mercer from causing any damage to Austin Michael Baldridge, but instead was cut off by Chris Mercer with an attack. Chris Mercer put the steel chair over AMB's throat and proceeded to vent his personal frustration towards MCW fans, but more importantly, AMB himself. Back in September 2023, AMB dove off a 20-foot balcony onto Chris Mercer and broke his leg, causing Mercer to face a career-threatening injury, having missed 17 months of his career following by multiple surgeries. Chris Mercer is completely sick and tired of fans chanting AMB and is determined to leave his mark in MCW forever. Mexico and Seppico versus the OGs. The OGs, Mason Conrad and Joey Marks, took on the young and bright stars of Mexico and Seppico, as both tag teams make their debuts in MCW. Lucha Rule tag team match as the OGs put on a tag team clinic showcasing their veteran experience and skillful moves, carrying a lot of momentum throughout the match. Mexico and Seppico show their heart and determination by never giving up and leaving the fans in amazement, while their awesome Lucha Libre style, but ultimately came up short as the OGs outsmarted the young tag team and even tried to rip the mask off Seppico, causing him to not see The OG secure a dirty victory, proving that these young kids still have a lot to learn. Following the match, the fans gave Mexico and Subtico a standing ovation for their efforts and appreciate for their match, only for risky business Calvin Kelly and Cash Kennedy to run in from the crowd to blindside Mexico and Subtico with brutal tag team attack. Kelly and Kennedy have not been seen in MCW for over a year. These two have completely revamped themselves and have made a mission statement for MCW Tag Division and all of Midwest Wrestling as a whole. Okay, Axel Rico versus Nick Nolan with the number one contendership match now being a loser leaves MCW match. MCW champion Eric Schultz decides to be as close as possible to keep a real eye on the main event, as well as MCW GM, your buddy, Damien Say, keep an eye on the outcome of this matchup. In a back and forth match between Axel Rico and Nick Nolan, things were starting off to a very good start as both Axel Rico and Nick Nolan were giving it their all. Things began to take a wild turn as the referee was hit by an attack by Rico intended for Nolan, causing the fans to erupt as MCW champion Schultz seized an opportunity to knock out Nolan with his signature briefcase to help Rico defeat Nolan. MCW fans were completely in shock as Nolan must now leave MCW. Nolan was emotional as he slowly was able to get himself up off the canvas, and as he was exiting to the MCW fans, showered him on his way out with Nasty Nick chants and Thank You Nolan chants. So, Nolan no longer part of MCW.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot happens at MCW. I'm happy that they're able to share all this information with us on what happened this past weekend. A lot of questions left unanswered, and we're looking forward to seeing what happens at the next show. And I do believe I have that listed here, which I believe is April 20. Wait, look here real quick. April 25th.
Cool.
So, we'll keep up with MCW. I've talked with them. It's awesome that they even said themselves that they look forward to working with us. Obviously, we're happy to be working with them. And any information that's shared to us through MCW, we'll share with you guys. And obviously, we'll keep you updated on the April 25th show that's happening out in Ottawa on that date. So, shout out to MCW for getting us all that information and sharing us what happened this past weekend out there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sound like an awesome show.
Perfect. Okay, let's wrap up. We got ARWPro happening this Saturday.
You know what? You are correct. You love hearing that. I know.
I hear it a lot.
True. Also correct. ARW returns this Saturday, March the 8th for Rapid Fire. It takes place at the Senior Activity and Multipurpose Center, 705 East 4th Street in Hobart, Indiana. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time is 7 p.m. Tickets, $15. All right. We have Kazile taking on Danger Mask. Holy shit. That's a horror movie right there.
Yeah, and it's cool to see Kazile still popping up from time to time. He's part of that Chavez, right?
That Chavez group, yeah.
I can't remember how they're called.
I lost my brain on that one.
Right? Yeah, I don't remember. Judas team, the Judas Squad. I don't fucking know. I can't remember.
It'll come back to me.
Cult Classic?
Cult Classic. Yep.
There we go. Okay. I knew it was something unique, but clearly not them.
Right, it is a cult. So
that makes sense. Yeah, but it's like happy-go-lucky cult now. They're they're liked or some shit. I don't
yeah, they're a little bit more like these days. Speaking of cult classic, Joshua Moon, who is also a member, will be defending his Indiana State Championship against one of the Mash brothers, Jebediah Mash. Brendan Balling will be taking on Angel Armani, an old goat from Wisconsin.
Yeah, Brendan doesn't really seem too enthused about wrestling a veteran in this business.
Not that veteran, I would say.
I mean, I've seen Angel Armani wrestle a few times, especially in ARW.
Yeah.
Granted, yeah, that was like 8 years ago. But I mean, you're always going to come across these opportunities to face veterans and guys that you believe are past the prime and everything. It's like, well, then prove it. That's the thing. You know, it's like, you know, if you feel that you should have, you know, you should be wrestling current stars or current wrestlers, well, then prove it. You know, get through the veteran. You know, we see guys like Bane X, Terry Allen, Hunter Payne. You know, they still come through, and granted, like a lot of people, I mean, myself included, and made the jokes about, you know, maybe call it a career. You know, they still, you know, there's still the nostalgia of them coming out and showing the new guys what old school wrestling's like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, 5 more years, I'm gonna say the same shit about you, brothers. Like, get that old school shit in.
I've been going old school since I was.
I know, man. You are truly a grizzled vet in the business. You're like maybe a year and a half away from being like grizzled.
And I am not even 40 yet. And I'm
I know
grizzled.
you just started young, brother. You just started young. That's the thing, you know. Like, cause you gotta think about, man. You're looking at what? You're knocking on the door of 18 years.
I'm 20 now.
Well, yeah. See, okay, there you go, 20. Yeah, you're able to sit there and say, and we say it on the show all the time. It's like these fucking new kids. And what do I fucking know? I got 9 months of training in this business. But even I sit here, it's like, man, it ain't like the way we used to do it. Even though what I did, it was only for 9 months. You did it for 2 decades. But still, it's like that's the wild part about it. You know, you
The
get that
crazy.
fucking...
So the crazy part about it, I feel like I'm the middle child at this point. You got all these young kids, but you still got these old vets out there, and then I'm in the middle child here. Like, I'm still doing it. I still have time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, too. Is like, I think when people like really like sit there and they look at like the Amazing Turtle, it's like, granted, a chunk, a majority of your career was in the referee side of the business. You know, so you know you've been lucky enough to where you haven't had to like, you know, destroy your body, you know, in a way where you would be wrestling over a referee. But the thing is, too, it's like some people will look at you like you're still in like the early years of your wrestling career. You know, like I don't want to say like, you know, like a rookie, because you're not. You know, you still wrestled matches sporadically over the course of 20 years. You know, it's just because they're not so consistent, people overlook that shit. I think that's why when you walk into an opportunity to become high voltage champion, people underestimate you. Because when a guy like Chris Freiberg sees the Amazing Turtle, they don't look at the Amazing Turtle over 20 years. They look at the Amazing Turtle over 9 months. You know, I think it's the same thing when it comes to Rocket Pro Wrestling. Damien Say don't see the 20-year vet. They see the guy who's been around Rocket Pro for 3 years. You know, and that's, I think the biggest thing you have going for you is people who underestimate you. It's like, keep fucking underestimating you, because you're going to keep showing them time and time again that you're one shell shock away from dropping anybody. We saw it with Scott Spade, who multi-time champion, has just as many years in the business as you do. And if it wasn't for the interference of the Torture Killers, you would have picked up that victory over him. You know? So it's like, yeah, I mean, if you have a superpower, it's fucking being underestimated, and you keep showing everyone, you know. Again, the fact that ARW isn't getting you out there fucking surprises me. Because they know we talk. We know that they know that we talk about them on their show. And they know the pops that you get because we talk about it. ARW is missing out on an opportunity to at least get you out there, whether it be in a battle royal or the Indiana Rumble, whatever the fuck it is, or hell, going out there to shut up the preteen who likes to run his mouth by calling people cocksuckers, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, it's like actually no, it's people who don't think you have an impressive career, fuck them. They don't know shit.
I'm just getting started. Shit.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Get my pops in.
Pops.
Well, speaking of old veterans who actually kind of younger than me, how'd that work? Nick Cutler makes his, I guess this is his singles return since his retirement. He'll be taking on Isaac Slate.
That's a good matchup.
He's going to teach that kid a lesson or two.
It's weird, like when you look at like some of the matchups that are happening here, it's a lot of veteran versus youth, except for like maybe one or two matches.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like, I mean, we saw like, I think it was last month when Creed kind of got in the face of Nick Diamond, talking about the veterans taking their slots and spots and shit like that. It almost kind of seems like there's a revolution happening in ARW that maybe it's not becoming full force yet, but is getting there.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of Nick Diamond and a dumbass theme.
Speaking of preteens who like to throw out the word cocksucker and shit.
Yeah. Nick Diamond will be going out one-on-one with Donovan Marcellus. Interesting matchup. I think, we rag on both of them, but they're super talented. I won't take that away from them. They just like to run their mouths too much.
100%. I said, when it comes to Creed, when it comes to Schultz and everything, their personalities do not dictate how they are in the ring.
Right.
I mean, Diamond is a former, two-time ARW champion for a reason. Marcellus is a former Indiana State champion. Like, they won championships for a reason. They held those titles for a reason. But they just got to stop being douchebags all the time.
I think that'll be hard for both of them.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Diamond thrives off his arrogance. I can respect that. The other guy is he's just a fucking child who just got the approval to swear. So,
yeah. And he can stay out past curfew once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of douchebags, James Creed will be taking on Ivan Manson for #1 contendership for the Indiana State Championship.
Again, youth versus veteran, and it's going to be interesting because, again, Creed, like I said, Creed went up to Diamond, started talking about, like, these veterans are taking our spots, and everything. Well, now you're going to have a guy who at one point was retired and came back just to fucking take your spot. And you're going to have to go up to him and say, this is the shit I've been saying about you, and accept the consequences of that ass beating. We've seen them wrestle before.
Oh, yeah.
But Ivan has a different attitude now. Creed does too. But, I mean, although Ivan's, surrounded by fucking monsters and psychopaths and shit like that, and, well, Creed lone wolfs it, so.
And you mentioned it. He's surrounded by, psychopaths and stuff. It will be the AFA, the other two members. Well, I should say two other members because there is another member now. We got formerly known as Punisher. I don't remember his new name. And Jay Cross taking on the Cole twins. Another matchup where there's vets against the young guys.
As I said, I mean, there's something brewing in ARW that I don't know if people notice it or not or expect it or not, but the shit's happening.
It is definitely happening.
Yeah, 100%.
But that is ARW Rapid Fire taking place March 8th this Saturday at the Senior Activity Multi-Purpose Center, 705 East 4th Street in Hobart, Indiana. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time 7 p.m. Tickets $15. Card subject to change, of course.
All right. I mean, obviously, I'm kind of like following through on the ARW Facebook page. I did scroll back a little ways. I'm just curious on if you've heard any information on this or not. But the attack on Greg Glover, have they found any information on who was involved in that attack, the reason for it, or anything like that?
So nothing has been said. I do have some speculation. I mean, it kind of, to me, it's obvious on who it is. Considering what happened last time,
Yeah.
or what a video that we saw last month, James Creed and Nick Diamond.
That could be a possibility. I mean, we've seen Creed in SCW. We've seen him attack Sean Mulligan, from behind. So I mean, that wasn't surprising one bit. Like, I'm looking at the footage, obviously, of what's posted here over on their page. See if I kind of get like any kind of glimpse of who it is. I mean, it's very possible. I mean, that's, just.
Or could it be the AFA?
I mean, hopefully we get some answers this comes Saturday at ARW. And hopefully they can find, because like I say, I love a beat down as much as the next person, but I also, if you're going to beat somebody down, fucking man up to it. And that's why I don't think it's the AFA. I think the AFA wouldn't hide behind the mask doing the attacks. It does seem like a cult classic thing to do. It does seem like a Creed and Diamond thing to do. It's possible. I think if it was AFA, I think they flat out just walk out there and beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
They
won't
like
hide from the camera.
No, they don't own that shit. They take that shit with pride. Which I think if you're gonna beat somebody down, fucking own up to it.
The only other thing I can think of is, and we haven't really talked about it since it happened, Dave Allen, who is now owner of ARW.
That's true. Yeah.
Could he be behind it?
He could. Maybe he has an issue with Glover, and it's hired some people. Who knows? If we see two random people getting a tag team opportunity coming soon, we know who fucking did it.
Right.
100%. Hell, it could be the Mansons. It could be the Manson family or the family, where the fuck they call themselves.
It could be the family.
Could be the family. Haven't seen Muggsy in a minute. Maybe
I believe they will be doing something this weekend. I've heard some rumblings. The family will be in town. They are tag team champions. So what could they be doing?
Probably jumping people in masks and shit,
That could be true.
So next week, obviously, we're going to cover results of what we get from this past weekend. Oh, shit, we got one more.
What's that?
Super Wrestlers.
Oh, shit. Super Wrestlers. You know what?
Yeah. Do we have anything for Super Wrestlers? I know. I'm not going to do it. Billy Whack is going to be on the Power Hour this week. I know Steve calls him Whack of the Billy or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, Billy of the Whack.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that. Billy Whack is going to be on the Power Hour. Obviously, they're going to cover Super Wrestlers. But do we have anything to share on our end from the Super Wrestlers show this coming Sunday, March 9th?
The only thing I have, which is really hard to find, let me see here. I'm afraid to click on that.
Is it porn?
No. It is this. So it is, like you said, this Sunday.
Yeah.
At the Concord Music Hall, 2047 North Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago. I believe the show starts at 7, maybe 8. I'm gonna assume 7. But no, find out on the Power Hour this week. As Billy of the Whack, Billy Whack will be the special guest to give some information on this upcoming Super Wrestlers, which I still have yet to make. I'm hoping there'll be a Sunday where I can make it.
That's always been the hard part for me, is getting to the Sunday show when I got work the next day. So if it happens where I'm like a week off and I can make the Sunday, I probably would do it. But yeah, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, there's check out the Super Wrestlers Facebook page. There's a lot of stuff on there that definitely kind of like run you through everything. Let's see here. Doors are at 6 p.m. March 9th. Yes, the Concord Music Hall. So Steve's having Billy Whack on tomorrow, Tuesday night, Power Hour. You can check it on YouTube or Steve's Facebook page later tomorrow night or the following day if you need to get to bed and wake up for an adult job like normal people.
Yeah.
Next week, we should cover any results we get from this upcoming weekend, whether it be NWA, Frontline Pro, ARW, or Super Wrestlers. As of right now, I don't see any shows booked for next weekend.
Right.
We'll look into it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, as of right now, it seems like everything is booked from the 20th to the 22nd because we got like 6 shows happening that weekend. But we'll run through all the shows that we normally cover, and we'll see if there's anything we're missing match card wise next weekend. So we got a week. But obviously, if you're in the area, if you're in the Chicago land area, Northwest Indiana area, check out NWA Friday, Frontline Pro up in Wisconsin, free show, or ARW in Indiana, and obviously Super Wrestlers on Sunday. So you got an entire weekend, professional wrestling, you cover Friday through Sunday. Nubby, anything independent-wise that you want to bring up, mention that we haven't yet or discussed?
No. I think we covered everything we needed. I got nothing.
What about a final freaking thought? What's one wrestling-related thought that's on your mind?
All right. So what's on my mind? My final freaking thought. John Cena.
Right.
After all these years, finally showed his face for one. He finally showed up.
Yeah, you can now see him.
You can now see him. And what a way to do it, being a magician that he is, and just showed up, kicking Cody in the nuts. There's a lot of like thoughts on it by people. How it shouldn't have happened. It should have just happened years ago. I think this is a great opportunity to do it. Vince McMahon didn't want to do it. Let's just put it out there. He never wanted to turn him heel.
Same thing with Hogan.
Right.
Same thing with Hogan, yeah.
This is good. I think it's good timing. Some say they should do it at WrestleMania, do it like, baby versus baby, like Rock and Austin, have Vince McMahon help put the Rock in that situation. Yeah, probably, but I like this better because it'll mean a hell of a lot more.
No, and I agree 100% with you. I think giving him the opportunity to be the heel John Cena that everyone's been anticipating, and I think it works out perfectly because the thing is, when he went into the Royal Rumble press conference and said, I'm putting myself in the Elimination Chamber. I think after 20 years, I've earned the right to do so, and he wants to break that record. And I think in order to do that, you sell your soul to the devil. We saw Austin do it, at WrestleMania against The Rock when he sided himself with Vince McMahon. It just, things happen. When Hulk Hogan joined the NWO, I think it's great. I think it's going to be a great story. Now, does he win that championship at WrestleMania? Time will tell. I know I was pissed the moment Drew McIntyre got fucking eliminated because I honestly thought we were going to see Drew take the title away from Cody and give him that championship run that he deserves to have. Clearly, it didn't happen. Nubby did win the event, so he picked up the 4 points. I got 3 points. Jay got 2. But overall, and it kind of rolls into my final freaking thought as well, is the Elimination Chamber was a great showing. We saw Jay Cargill come back, attack Naomi. A lot of people are speculating that why Bianca was removing her jacket when the music hit and everything. There was speculation that maybe Cargill was going to come after Bianca. But Jade only got, access to Naomi. So do we know that Naomi did it? It seems that way. But was she working alone? We will not know. That's going to be that build-up coming up to WrestleMania. What's going to happen? What is Cargill going to do going forward? We saw a great showing between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens picking up the victory. Randy Orton making his return. Clearly, Randy Orton looking at the sign. It looks like it's going to be Owens and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. The tag match, Trish Stratus having her opportunity in Canada. Terrific. I think it did a lot for Tiffany Stratton, the team with Trish Stratus. I think it's a great build as Stratton goes to WrestleMania against Charlotte. And I think that was only 4 matches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a brief PLE, but it was a great PLE. It continues that movement to the road to WrestleMania, setting up for that 2-night event. Now, a question for you. Now, Triple H was in the press conference and they asked, clearly it's John Cena, Cody Rhodes, night 2 main event. Should one of the women's matches be the main event for night 1? And, Paul, Triple H, however you want to refer to him as, stated, whatever matches are drawing the most interest, get the main event spots. But it's always a belief to me that Jay won the Royal Rumble. Jay selected Gunther. That should be a WrestleMania main event because that's what it says. Like, if you win the Royal Rumble, you go to WrestleMania for the championship. But it used to be you main event WrestleMania for the championship of your choosing. Now, does that mean Jay and Gunther have a potential to not main event either night? Does the Cody Cena match, again, they could play it off as John Cena's working with The Rock. Dwayne doesn't like the fact that Jay went against the family and the bloodline, so he could say Cena's getting the main event. But does it hurt Jay Uso's WrestleMania victory by not giving him a main event night on either one of those nights?
So I think we're past this point now where if you win the Rumble, you're automatically in a main event spot because we've seen it doesn't come through anymore. They keep on saying it,
yeah,
but you got to stop saying it now because I agree with Triple H that it's whatever draws the most interest at this point.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
we saw that.
Take away. What does it take away from his
No,
victory?
I don't think it would
Yeah.
if you put it in the right spot on the card. If he doesn't main event, I'd say you open with it. Start out hot.
Open night 1 or night 2?
I say night 1.
I agree with that. I think if it is Cody Cena main event night 2, you put the other title on the opposite night. I 100% agree with that. And then I don't know where both women's championship matches are going to be. Obviously, Bianca is facing Rhea. I don't see that as a main event match. I don't even see that as a night 2 opener. I just kind of see that kind of thrown in there because I personally don't believe, because WrestleMania is what, 420, so about 6 weeks away, 5 weeks away, give or take. To me, that's not enough time to build that story, especially when you got Cargill out there doing what Cargill's doing. I see it being on the card, but it's definitely not a main event, and I don't see it as a show opener.
If they build it right, it could be a show opener. I don't see it being a main event.
Yeah. One thing we haven't talked about yet, and I hope to get a show with Jay soon. We're supposed to do it this past weekend, and unfortunately it didn't work out, but Triple H is going into the Hall of Fame. Michelle McCool is going into the Hall of Fame. Is there somebody you'd like to see go into the Hall of Fame that's not in there yet?
Well, I can't. I think it's being foreshadowed at this point that it's going to be Demolition. I do want to see it because they are finally I think they signed legend contracts or something, or they're finally back in the archives or some shit because there was some lawsuit that took place between WWE and I want to say it was Smash, maybe, or might have been Axe, one of the two. But I do want to see them finally get it, even though I was more of a Legion of Doom fan. Demolition, still great. One of the great tag teams. Funny gimmick, actually. Yeah, I want to see them get in. Maybe another one. I think Lex Luger does deserve it. I didn't really consider him a great wrestler, but he was part of the Monday Night Wars in a big way. I'm hoping that he does make it in, and I'm hoping he's healthy doing it too. I hope he can accept the award by walking.
Luger, I think 100% should be in. I agree with that. Miss Elizabeth, I believe, should go in.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, I don't believe she's in yet. One that is always mentioned between me and Jay over the years, Bam Bam Bigelow. I think even though like he's not like a standout guy, but when you look at certain people who are currently in there, you know, there's no reason why you can't give it to a guy like Bam Bam. I mean, there are ECW guys who I still believe should go in too. Taz, I think, deserves an opportunity to go in. We saw Sabu, Team 3D, RVD, they all went in and everything. I think Taz deserves an opportunity. Now, is he going to get that while in AEW? Who the fuck knows? But Taz, I think, 100% deserves an opportunity to be in there. Joey, what's his fucking name? Joey Styles?
Yeah.
Joey Styles, I think he deserves to be in 100%. So, I mean, there's chances. I know a lot of times they kind of look at where's WrestleMania going to be at. So who can we put in that's relatable to location? So Demolition would be a great one, 100%. And I think Luger does deserve an opportunity too, especially it always seems like once somebody gets involved in DDP yoga, that's kind of a way in as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Obviously, you know, there's going to be a tag team. I think they still, I don't know. I don't think they do the Warrior Award anymore. But yeah, we got 5 more weeks. So who knows who's else going to be inducted. I know there's got to be at least 5. Who knows who else is going to be in there. So anything else you want to mention? Anything else you want to talk about wrestling related? We all good or?
Wrestling related, nothing, but non-wrestling. Fourth Mother Box had their final show as Fourth Mother Box this past weekend.
Oh, damn. Okay. I look forward to listening on my way to work tomorrow. Okay, awesome.
All right, then I won't spoil the new name for you.
Oh, did they announce a new name?
Yes, awesome. They did.
Are they coming out like? Are they starting fresh like next week, or are they taking some time?
No, they're gonna take about a month.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I usually I started listening to them on my Tuesday drives to work and stuff like that, so I look forward to listening to them. Good for them. Awesome. Happy. You know. I mean, now it sucks. I gotta get a hold of Carter Comics and say, hey, I need a new discount code. You know, but that's fine.
Well, they might still keep that because when you listen, you'll understand why they might when you listen.
Is it just called Your Mother's Box?
I don't know. You'll have to. We will have to talk shit about Kyle because he mentioned the whole Jew thing again, but he's an idiot.
Thing? Do you say the Jew thing? Oh, yeah. The logo, the JFW logo. Fuck him.
He's kind of took something from what Tom said and just threw us in there.
Well, that's what he does. He's unoriginal.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's like he has nothing to say for 3 months, and then he finally says something that's relatable to 3 months ago. It's like big fucking deal. Good job. Good on you. Good on you, Kyle.
Just wait in a month when they finally return and with their new show, he's still gonna have nothing to say.
100%. Yeah, fucking dude. Well, that's why he got a degree in a job where you just listen. So, guys, make sure you check out our social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just message Just Freaking Wrestling or the JFW Podcast. If you listen to us, continue to listen to us wherever you do so. If you want to watch our podcast, you can do that as well over on the JFW Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe over there, hit the notification bell so when the video podcast comes out, you can check it out and enjoy it as well. So, Nubby, that's all I got.
I believe we can ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I'm Travis T.
And I am the Faction Slayer and uncrowned RPW Tag Team Champion, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle, Cowabunga.
And thank you for listening to the episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.